Hello everyone, this is Dee Dee. This is Cooking at the Lake House. Thank you so much for joining in. If this is your first time joining in, hopefully you do like this episode. Definitely hit that subscribe button, like and share, and ring-a-ding-ding that bell. And for my subscribers that have already subscribed, welcome back. Today we are going to be making Scotch eggs. It is an English dish, and I just found out about it. So this is my first time ever making it. My husband is so ecstatic. He absolutely loves it. And he's just telling me about it now. Same with my best friend. They got to talking, and so now here I am. And hopefully you do enjoy, and fingers crossed that they come out delicious. But I do already have some water starting to boil. Okay, for the eggs, they are almost there. But I did already cut up some chives. I do have my breakfast sausage. You will want, all I had was yellow mustard, but you can use yellow mustard. I do have a little bit of nutmeg and salt and pepper for the breakfast sausage. I do have two different bowls. One is gonna have salt, the other one not, because sometimes it's just too much sodium for one person. So I wanted to try both. And yeah, 10 eggs, but I'm only gonna put 6 in because you will want 3 for your wash base, for your flour. Then you put them in the egg, and then you put them in the breadcrumbs. And then I do already have my oil in the pan, and it's not on quite yet. This dish, from what I gather, you're gonna want patience with it, but it is well worth it. So, and then I also do have some ice in a bowl. I will fill it up. So I do want to stop that cooking process on the eggs. You can have your eggs runny. You can have them hard boiled. I believe that the traditional way is hard boiled, but if you want that extra gooiness, then you want to cook it less time for the eggs. And I'm going to be throwing the 6 eggs into the boiling water for 6 minutes. So I guess let's get to it. All right. So I'm just going to throw in my 6 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the timer goes on. Okay, you guys, it has been 6 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in an ice bath. Now you do want to be very careful and not burn yourself, but this right here will stop the cooking process by putting them in the ice bath. Here they are in the ice bath. So, and then I learned this off of Gordon Ramsay. You just want to kind of open it just a smidge so that water can actually get in. Oops. So it's going to be easier to peel. So then I'm going to let them be in the ice bath for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will do the peeling process, and then we can start everything. So see you then. All right, you guys. So the eggs are in the ice bath still, but I did want to do a little prep work before. So I do have my breakfast sausage, and here's the 2 as promised. One's gonna have salt, one's not gonna have salt. So this is where you're gonna want to put all your ingredients. And then I also did prep, let me get this out of the way really quick. I also did prep the plastic wrap, because that is where you're gonna put the breakfast sausage, the meat. And then I also did have some parchment paper. So when the meat is on here, You're just gonna go down, you're gonna smush it down, and I will definitely show you that process. And you'll want it to be about 6 inches. A little bit more is not too bad. So I just kind of wanted to show you I was doing some prep work. And you will need those. I guess it's not really that you need the plastic wrap and the parchment paper, but it's just easier to handle. And I will definitely show you that process. But in the meantime, let's start seasoning all that delicious meat. All right, so you will want to put some chives in. All right, and if you want, you can keep a little bit just to garnish afterwards. And like I said, all I had was yellow mustard, but that's okay from what I hear. So just want to put a little bit. And then some people use allspice, but what I'm gonna do is actually just do a pinch of nutmeg, because some people do use some nutmeg. Now remember, a little does go a long way. So both of these will have pepper. Okay. And then this one will have the salt. And this one does not. All right, now we get down and dirty with our hands. Now we're just gonna wanna pretty much fold and mix, make sure it's all good. And of course, you don't have to have the chives, but it will give that extra flavor. I might actually add a little bit more pepper to the second batch, just because I saw that I wanted a little bit more seasoning. Now, mustard also does go a long way, so you do want to be cautious on that. And before I mix this one again, I'm gonna go to the non-salted one. Okay, now I'm gonna wash my hands and then I'm gonna start peeling those delicious eggs. All right, and here we go. We are going to take off the shell. Now you do want to, like I said, be very cautious on your eggs. Treat them like they are your own children. Because remember, we're gonna try and get that runny egg yolk. You can probably see it. Well, not see the yolk, but see how fragile they are. I'm glad that you guys see me make new recipes that I've never made. There has been a few that I have shared with you. And I have told you I've never made it, I heard it, and I wanted to do it. Now remember, I did do 6 minutes, but like I said, if you wanted it a little bit more runny, you're more than welcome to do 4 minutes with boiling water, of course. And if you wanted them hard boiled, that's completely fine too. So it just depends on how you prefer your eggs. All right. So before I do any more with the eggs that I just peeled, I'm actually gonna take some raw eggs. I actually have 4. Might be overkill, but that's okay. Now you could add a little water if you would like to this, but I am not, just to have a little bit more of a base for coating. But some people do that, and to me, there's no wrong way of cooking. Just have fun, make delicious meals. And then I am just going to start feeding them. All right, so I'm just gonna put that back up. Here is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take my flour, and then you will want to flour your egg. Let's just do this so you can see. Okay. And then you're just going to take some of that flour off. There we go. Because the flour will soak into that sausage. So I'm just gonna put that back on to the area. So here are your breadcrumbs. Here is your egg wash that you just did. And then here's the flour. So I do have 3 different sections. So I'm gonna start with flouring of the meat first. And then I'm gonna do an egg wash, then I'm gonna do breadcrumbs, and if it's still not enough, what I'm gonna do is put it back into the egg wash, back into the breadcrumbs, because you do want that crispiness on the outside. All right, so we have 6 eggs, so that means that I have 6 plastic wrap and 6 parchment paper. First, I'm gonna do the one with no salt, and just so you can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit. So here's 1, 2, and 3. So you want to make it as even as possible. All right, and then you're just going to want to try and do a little bit of a ball, like so. Put that in the center of the parchment, or the plastic wrap. All right, so this is where the parchment paper comes in, and you're just going to want to smush that down. Just do that with each one. But let's see what we did. Okay, and yeah, that's a little bit. And then you're just gonna take that off. And look at how beautiful she looks. So now from here, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna want to grab one of your eggs. You're gonna place them right there in the center. And then you're pretty much, I know I broke that one. And then you're just gonna wanna fold her up, just like so. And you're gonna slowly start taking the meat off the plastic. And then you're gonna wanna start working the breakfast sausage with that beautiful egg. Now you will want to make sure that there is no holes, because you do not want the grease to get in there. But look at how beautiful. She looks beautiful, but yes, you're just gonna wanna do that for all 6 of your eggs, or however many you have. All right, on to the next. So now you will want to flour. Want to coat her very well, and then you're going to want to do the egg wash. You want to make sure that that is coated very well, and then throw her into the breadcrumbs. Oops. And because I do want her to be coated a lot more, so we get that crispiness, dunk it one more time in. And there we go. And this is what they look like. So yes, you can chill them for 10-20 minutes if you would like. Otherwise, you can do what I'm gonna do, and I'm just going to place them right into the oil. So stay tuned. All right, well, welcome back. And now we are gonna start to deep fry them. So I'm just gonna pull the lid and go away from me. Did you see that steam? That is why. And then what you're gonna wanna do is you will place the scotched eggs on something that can actually go in to the oil. Sorry, I was focusing. Now I'm just gonna do 2 at a time. Because they are huge. So now this process, you're basically just trying to cook the sausage and then also have that nice golden brown. So see here, I think my oil was a little bit too hot, which is fine. That's why I kind of wanted to turn it down. And then if you still do not think that the sausage is cooked, you could always throw it into the oven afterwards for at 350 Fahrenheit for about 5 minutes. And I'm just gonna rotate that. But see that golden brown, see how amazing that is. About 3 to 4 minutes each side. And of course, because this is the first batch, that they are cooking a lot faster. So my bad. And I'm just gonna place them over hither. All right, and now we move on. That oil should be good now. Now, just to play it safe, and this is my first time, and you definitely want that sausage to be cooked all the way, for safety reasons, of course, and nobody wants raw meat. Well, maybe there's some people, but you shouldn't. I am gonna throw it into the oven at 350 for like about 5 minutes, just to make sure it did cook all the way. But yes, you definitely want to be very patient with this recipe. It does, you know, lots of different processes, but at the end, you will definitely see smiles when people eat this. Or cut it open. I'm kind of waiting for that part. All right, so I'm just gonna let everything cook, and then I'm gonna throw them into the oven, 350 for 5 minutes, and we'll be back. Hey you guys, okay, so the scotched eggs are done. Fingers crossed that they are, but I'm gonna grab one and we are gonna open up this deliciousness, okay? All right, are you guys ready? You hear that? So amazing. All right, moment of truth, you guys. Oops, just cut her open just a little bit more. Oh, look at how phenomenal that is. Yum, 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 yum. And if you want, you can garnish a little bit more. You can grab ranch, some mustard sauce, whatever you would like, hot sauce. And I promise it will be delicious. Now in a different video, I did do the breakfast potatoes. I figured that I would also show you. All right, and then I'm just gonna throw on just a smidgen of hot sauce. But oh my goodness, you guys. Look how beautiful that is. All right. Now let's eat this baby. This is always the best part. This is definitely one of my favorite meals now. Wow. I don't know why I've never heard of this before. But holy Toledo, you guys. This is an easy recipe, but you just have to be patient. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Anyone can cook. All right, till next time, you guys. Bye.